Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to Portman Road as the fans have spilled out following another cup exit. That's right, Town have lost 1-0 in the Carabao Cup, a cup that Paul Cook didn't put a lot of priority on in the Q&A. The team lineup today proved that. I'm with the main man, Cruncher. I've got the GOAT coming up. He's not happy. He's shaking his head to my right. I think he is. I'm trying to see through the floodlights we've got erected. And then Ben Moore will be with us later on in the show. But first of all, a few comments from home. We've got Mike, the fisherman, with a comment that doesn't make much sense, which
Bishop scored? Oh, no, it's because Lee Anderson said Bishop scored for Lincoln tonight, and he's put who?
Vince Bird, I feel like Cook has let himself down a bit tonight. Can't complain his team to get on, needs time to gel with selection like that. Lee Anderson, Bishop scored for Lincoln, correct, there you go, Crunch. Right, what did you make of it? Matt Stannard disappointed. How did you see it tonight?
Oh, look, there he is, the media mogul in the chat. Disappointed, but look, at the end of the day, me and you went to the forum. He told us what he was going to do, didn't he? And so that team there, if you look at the 2-11s, Martin, 21 changes. Wolfenden is the only player who started out of both them sides tonight. So that says to me, he's not really that worried, is he? Look, we're disappointed. It's a game of football. And I know Colin's probably, we've come here, we want to win games. Colin's seen us win the UEFA Cup, the FA Cup. But it's not just Town. You'll probably look at the results as a whole tonight, and there'll be a few shocks because 10 changes. 10 changes. Obviously, it was. If Rainbow Three Lions, that was the young Lions tonight. They were a young team, hungry team. They played, I thought, very well. It was an entertaining game, end to it. Well, more one end than other. Us attacking them. Newport, well drilled, organised, and in the end, we just lacked that killer ball, that final instinct. It's just something that sets you apart. Well, look, the only thing they've done is scored, didn't they?
It's enough to take you through.
That was a poor goal, wasn't it? I didn't think it was a free kick.
No, I didn't either.
But then Aluko, we'll probably talk about him in a minute. He didn't do enough, did he? I didn't think he'd done enough to stop the cross, and he's just flicked it in. And after that, it was one-way traffic, Martin. And we could have scored, we should have scored, but we didn't score. And at the end of the day, goals win games. They've scored one, we've scored none, and we're out the cup and they're in the next round.
They are, and well deserved in some respects. Obviously, the fans at home couldn't see the game, wasn't being streamed. So, yeah, Sonny Aluko, let's start with him. Obviously, a guy brought in on a free, lots of, I want to say a lot of expectation, but, what did you see tonight from him? I just saw a player who needs minutes desperately, lacks match sharpness.
Yeah, I think the first 15, 20 minutes, he gave the ball away a couple of times. I didn't like his body language. Didn't look great to me. And then he got booked, didn't he? He got booked, but he looked way off it for me. I know he's had a pre-season at Derby, but he needs to have a few. I don't know if you've got any. Blimey, you put that in my mouth. A few, nearly eating it. A few 23 games, didn't he? I think he could be. I said, I think it was on Thursday or Friday show. I can't remember. I think he'd be a good signing. I think it's a no-brainer with him because it's a low risk, and he's done it in the Championship. He's played in the Premier League, but I thought tonight he was pretty poor. What did he play? 50, 53, 54 minutes? I don't really get that. Why don't you just make the substitution at half-time? He comes on for 6-7 minutes second half, and then he takes him off. But, I didn't think he didn't really do a lot.
On the other side, Armando Dobra, a player with a lot of promise. A lot of people at home asking how he performed. How did you see? I think Matt Stannard called him the Albanian Grealish. Did you agree with that?
I thought he was the best player by a mile. But I do agree with you. Sometimes he takes that too many touches, and sometimes it's the end product, isn't it? Look, he nearly scored a fantastic goal. Great save by the goalkeeper. He hit the post, but he missed an absolute sitter, didn't he? When I think Fraser played him in, what was he, 7 yards out? He's hit the goalie. Probably should have scored the rebound in the header. I see Matt Stannard reckon it was over the line. I don't know.
From my angle,
but yeah, nor could I. But the lino the other side, he got a free ride all night, hadn't he? Because he got no fans behind him, giving him the bird in the ear. So, I thought he played very well. He's good on the ball. He's tricky. But I just think with all the players we've got, Martin, he's going to struggle to get game time, isn't he, really?
He is. And he just lacks that final decision for me. It's a lot of pace, a lot of trickery. Looks great. As a fan, it gets you lifted and off your seat. But it's again that final decision just costs him desperately. But he needs to play games for that to ever come, because you don't learn that sitting and watching.
That is true. That is true. But when you think you've got Edwards that side, the young lad from Villa, I thought he was decent. He's got some good tricks in his locker. And I think Dobra's a really, really good player. But I just think at the minute, where's he going to go? I don't know. Is he going to go on loan? Do you want to come on? Yes, please. Come on then.
I'm joined here by a fan who's just come out of the game. How did you see tonight?
Oh, it's fucking shit. To be fair, played all right. A lot of possession today. Just didn't score, boy.
Who's your sort of player of the match, I suppose? It's difficult to say with a 1-0 defeat, but who stood out for you from the Town perspective?
Wolfenden.
Wolfenden, obviously.
No, to be fair, he played all right. He's fulfilling a role at centre-back now. And Barry was all right, but he didn't really get much ball. So, there we go.
Just about Dobra there. How did you see Dobra's game today?
Dobra was shit today. I'm not going to lie. He got absolutely no ball. And he didn't look like he wanted the ball, to be honest. No confidence. So there we go.
All right, appreciate you coming on. Colin, I'll bring you on now because I want to talk about James Norwood. No, appreciate it, buddy. Here every single home game. James Norwood came on, went off, didn't do much when he did come on. How are you seeing James Norwood? Obviously a long-standing fan of the football club.
Yeah, I don't really know where to start with him, really. I mean, we've been on this road before, haven't we? And the bloke, James, I mean, he just can't seem to stay fit for whatever reason. I just don't understand. I mean, I don't know what it's 2 operations he's had now. I think they were groin operations, weren't they, if I remember rightly? Does he warm up properly? I'm not really overly sure. One of 2 people who were sitting near me said, just prior to him coming on, he hadn't done a proper warm up. So, I just wonder about him. What he does. I mean, I saw him the other day. I saw a picture of him with his shirt off and everything. It looked like he was ripped. It looked like he'd obviously done a hell of a lot of stuff, maybe in the gym or whatever. But this stuff lower down, isn't it? It's below the waist kind of thing with him. And I don't know where he goes from here, to be perfectly honest.
Below the waist, Manscaped, 20% off at TT.
Hey! No, but honestly, a lot of options. Rich was just saying there before he came on. If he's out for a couple of weeks, he may never get back in again.
Well, with the lads that we brought in, and like Rich was saying a little while ago about the boy Barry and whatever from Villa, and Luco obviously here now, and I do agree with Rich. He didn't look at it, and he didn't look sharp, and he looks like he needs obviously games. But he's a decent player. We all know that. So and yeah, I mean, we've got options. But as regards the game tonight,
let me ask you about Adam Humphries, because you've mentioned James Norwood there. It's a bit of a negative, but Cameron, sorry. I don't know who Adam Humphries is. He plays for Hartlepool. Cameron Humphries. Talk to me about him.
I thought that lad, considering, to look at him, he's fairly lightweight, but what he lacked in physique, he certainly gave in his head, and also his vision. I thought tonight was absolutely outstanding for a kid of his age. He was picking a pass all night. He did it at least 3, 4, 5 times, I think, in the second half. Where, to be honest with you, if one or 2 of our forwards had been a little bit more on their toes, I think we would have surely scored. But yeah, I thought he was good, and also I thought that the left back Clements, I thought done himself the world of good as well. I thought he was fantastic as well tonight. I thought he did himself a lot of favours.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think whoever comes in, if anyone comes in for that sort of midfield position to add a bit of depth to Harper and Evans, I do think they need to be a short-term fix, because that guy in 12, maybe 2 years' time will be a very good midfield player, a really good midfield player. He's got all the potential. If he keeps working hard in the gym, keeps working hard on the training ground, he's going to be a fantastic player.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I totally agree with you, Martin. He definitely, obviously, needs to build himself up a little bit like Liam Gibbs did over the last year or two. No, I mean he did. You know, Liam wasn't the biggest, but he built himself up a little bit. And you need that in that midfield, you know, to shove people off the ball and whatever. But no, I agree with Martin 100%. I think he's got potential coming out of his ears, that lad. Absolutely.
Yeah, he really has. Cruncher, there's a lot of love in the chat, or a lot of requests in the chat.
Matt Phillips.
Matt, has a guy paid for a ticket? No, I've got it in cash, but he's not here. If you turn up, you get paid. Wade Beard, good evening, my fella. Jacob Farrow, good evening. Mike D, God does it again. Of course he does. Lee Cook, Carl Walker, Adam Humphreys, here every single week. Mike D, just for you. Ryan Tinder, we'll be fine now. Just need to score when we create. Absolutely. Hawks, ask Crunch what he makes and what he thinks of James Norwood. Oh, well, there's a live microphone.
He came on, didn't he?
He did.
Missed the header.
He did.
And then he went off down the tunnel. What did he do?
Hamstring, I believe.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He was limping. I think when we had that breakaway and Jackson put it in the middle, he wasn't there. And I think he wasn't there because he was on the halfway line, sort of clutching the hamstring, if you like. If it is a hamstring, they can be any number of weeks. You've got a number of options. Come on, talks about James Norwood. Crunch, never short of an opinion on this man as it is.
Clean slate for him this season. I've hammered him in the past. A lot of it for what he's done off the pitch, not what he's done on the pitch. But footballers are paid to play, aren't they, Martin? And if you can't keep on the pitch, he's not a lot of use at the football club, is he? Let's be fair. You know, I agree with Colin. He looks in great shape, but it's like when you've got that. Look, Ben Adams goes on about your cars, your sports cars. He might be like the shiny sports car, but underneath that bonnet, he's absolutely fucked. Yeah. He's broken down. And again,
totally agree, Rich.
And I don't want to hammer him all the time, but this is you text me, didn't you, during the game? Where does he fit in this new regime? You know, we've got obviously tonight. Piggott's obviously your number one striker because he's nowhere near. Connor Chaplin, he wasn't playing anyway. So you'd think them two Saturday, I'd think they'll probably play.
Corley Bond outstanding tonight for me.
Yeah, thought he played. Probably should have had a goal first half. And then he's obviously took him off because he wants to protect him. Jackson's come on. I don't think you'll see him again in a Town shirt.
Can I just say, Martin, I also thought Ryan Fraser, when he came on, he looked absolute quality.
Scott Fraser.
Whoops.
Yeah, so it happens to us all, mate. All the best people it happens to. But yeah, he looked quality. I said to you guys on the WhatsApp, you know, dear sweet. Yeah, but I hope Paul Cook decides to play Fraser in the middle because when he comes on, he influences games. When he comes inside, out wide, he's wasted.
He influenced that game within 30 seconds of coming on. He influenced the game within 30 seconds. That boy is absolute quality. I'll tell you what. I remember as soon as he came on, he dummied a player. He went one way, went the other, you know, body swerve and all that, you know, and he's just a fantastic player. I think we've obviously got to see the best of him as yet, but what I've seen of him so far, very, very impressed. Very, very impressed.
What did you make of it tonight?
We were the better team. They scored from that chance, and then
The only chance.
yeah, and then we just couldn't finish it.
Who stood out for you in the blue shirt?
I think Dobra and Bon.
Yeah, Bon was really good for me. Movement was sublime. He deserved the goal for the movement alone. Didn't grab it, unfortunately. Ben, I'll bring you in on Macaulay Bon as we round up the show. What did you make of the centre forward from just over the hill there?
Down the road. Sort of a Joe Pigott type, gets it in the feet, tries to roll his man. He should be starting with him, with Pigott. If we have Bond and Pigott, play at the feet, get Fraser, Chaplin, Vincent Young, Burns, Penny, off of them, we'll be a fucking great team.
Yeah. Wow, it's hard to argue because Bond's movement for me is just phenomenal. And it's been a long time since we saw a striker with that type of movement, intelligent run, crafty run. We've got a comment on the screen. Hawks asked Mini Cruncher what he thinks of Norwood. What do you think of Norwood, Mini Crunch?
Terrible.
Terrible. Much better than your dad at putting it in. No, don't miss any bins. Dobra tonight. Man of the match there for Mini Cruncher. How did you see his game?
Too sloppy.
In what respects?
I think that was the only one time he got it on the half turn and he won a free kick. Other than that, he takes a touch, turns, and doesn't know what to do with it.
Final decision that just lacks.
Which we've been on and on and on about for the past 13, 15 years, whatever.
Yeah. Another player you were talking about before the game and talking about over the last couple of months, having known you, Ben, and that's Corey and Darber. For me, I don't know, I'll ask you first. How did you see his game out there tonight?
Very cultured. He dealt with their big centre half. Everyone's crying out for left-footed centre backs. We got 2 of them at the club.
Yeah, so I thought for me, a little off the pace, away from the first team.
Yeah. There's not many left-footed defenders out there.
Colin, I don't want to be hearing that.
Sorry,
Did you see what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said the missus has gone to bed, and he said she should stay awake. Shocking. Absolutely disgraceful.
And on that bombshell, last few comments. Josh Russell, nothing's changed in regards to cup games. No, but Carabao was one up from St Johnson's paint trophy. So much so he prioritised it above the trophy that no longer existed. Jackson said he couldn't be asked after his best mate limped off. I thought he did okay. You know, Jackson, all the bashing he gets, his best ability is availability.
Yeah. Will he be here come?
Well, he might be now. Norwood's on the back on the treatment table. Keon, Dobra looks like Bishop overrated just because they look like they're trying to dribble people. You know, but that's because they're bums off seat type players, and that as fans, you remember that when you walk out of the stadium after a defeat. You remember the time he turned a player and he made something happen. As starved as we have been.
Yeah, I thought he had a good. I thought he was our best player tonight. I thought shout out to Bailey Clements.
Not for me.
No, I thought he'd done all right.
Not for me.
But he had one in his second half there when he should have took a touch.
There's no Miles Kennedy.
Oh, come on. Is he our reserve left back then now? Bailey Clements?
He must be.
No, he's not. He'll play in the Pizza Cup, won't he? You would have thought. What do you think about El Mazzuni tonight, Martin?
Too slow.
Wasted in the position he was in.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that's.
He's more
Too deep.
than number 10.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah, but then you've got so many people in the attack. Yeah, Scott Fraser, I agree with you. He's wasted. He is an absolute baller. He's quality. When he comes on, he gets on the ball.
It'll be interesting to see how he goes Saturday. Will he go Edwards, Burns, Fraser?
Well, not Edward, not this early in the campaign, surely.
You never know. You never know. I'd go for him to see how he.
I think and away from home, Piggott's your striker, and then I think he plays in the 10.
I'll tell you what,
Fraser.
I'll tell you what, Martin. I'm looking right up at Sir Bobby, and I'll tell you what, Fraser is actually a Bobby kind of player. You know, he wants to get the ball, he wants to attack people, he wants to play it on the floor. That bloke up there, honestly, Bobby, I'll tell you, he would have liked him. He would have really liked him, and I'll tell you, that's something like high praise. I really, really like that guy. I think by the end of this season, as long as he stays fit, I'd be very, very surprised if he's not one of about 2 or 3 players for player of the year for me. If he stays fit.
Very cool. Larry here.
Scott Fraser.
Yeah, quality player.
Yeah, quality player. If he stays fit, he'll get a lot of goals. I think he could get 8 to 10 goals. I really think.
More than that. Great free kick taker, great penalty taker. With the pace in the side, we're going to win penalties all day long in this division with shite referees.
Am I right?
If we play quick, and if we do what we done today and piss about with it in the back for about 20 minutes, we ain't going to get anywhere.
Yeah, good point.
What about your man in the sticks?
Holy, how did you rate Holy's performance?
We caught about 3 balls, that's about it.
Yeah, standing performance. Dutiful number 2.
Didn't have nothing to do, did he? Pick the ball out of the net.
Should have done better with that.
He should have saved it.
Kit's still clean.
Got to command that area, son. Right. Last few comments as we close up. 1F in Shefki. Keep up the great work, Gov. Appreciate that. 1F in Shefki. Dr. Zach King. Fraser had to be 10 on Saturday. Charlie on the left. Right on the right. Mike D. Fraser got to be on the 10 position. A lot of Fraser in the 10 position. JT. Past your bedtime, eh? Why not for you, mine? Is that Bailey Clements, I'd imagine?
I think it's just
Dobra. Dobra is an exciting player and a player that in a year's time could be something really special. But for now, decision making is far too poor. That's my overall opinion of him. Works himself great positions, and then the overall end decision just not there.
I've got to say, Martin, about Dobra. I thought he had a very more than decent game today. Yes, I do agree with the fact about his final ball. But I'll tell you what, from the squad that we've got now, for a player to coming off the bench, you know, when defenders and that are getting tired, I think Dobra really is your man. I do, honestly. I really do. Good player.
If he makes the bench,
He won't do.
Oh, if he does.
because I think with everyone fit, I think he struggles to get on the bench now, doesn't he?
Yeah. So I saw Barry tonight as a slightly more advanced Dobra in the sense of he's another year. No, maybe not another year, but better.
I wonder where he fits in. But then you think, obviously, Paul Cook thinks he's a better option than Dobra, and at the end of the day, it's all about getting out of this league. Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
He's from Eastbourne.
He's from Eastbourne. Well, hey, look at that. Look, we're
Come a long way for that.
well, yeah, a long way from Eastbourne for that. What did you make of that?
I think it was just one of those sort of cup games where, like, Cook said he wasn't that interested in it. Newport were time wasting like you wouldn't believe all the way through it. I thought we played all right. Actually, I thought in stages. I think it fizzled out towards the end. Dobra looked good. I thought he looked pretty exciting. I think was a player.
We're not talking about his final decision making here. How do you see Armando's final decision?
I think that's it. I think he perhaps takes one touch too many. If he had a final ball, if he had a great shot, he had good save by the goalkeeper. Yeah, I think he does look a player to me. He's definitely worth.
Do you think he'd benefit from a loan?
100%.
He got on loan last year.
I think he would. Yeah.
I think in a minute
You chuck him in.
there's a
in
lot
the
of
League
traffic
Two.
ahead of him, isn't there?
Yeah, you see at League Two level, Newport County.
He would absolutely hammer League Two.
Yeah.
I think it was great. Very good. He was the one standout, I thought, for me tonight.
How do you make Macaulay Ball obviously on the fringes of the first team compared to some of his teammates there tonight? Did you see enough from him to question the thinking of Chaplin and Piggott, or is it still Chaplin and Piggott for Saturday?
For me, it would be. I think. To be fair, he's another one that is a decent acquisition, definitely. I don't see it week in, week out, so I can't. This is my first game in forever.
What do you make of it?
Great. Yeah. I thought. Well, I love Ipswich Town. I've supported them since 1978. So they are. Oh, we've had a lot of crap, for want of a better word, for years and years and years. The American investment is like, wow, So yeah, bring it on. We're out of this one. What does it matter?
It didn't. Paul Cook in the Q&A a couple of weeks ago, and the team selection suggested that again tonight. Burton on Saturday. I'll ask your thoughts, but as we close, what do you think about Burton on Saturday?
Tough game, I think. Actually, I think Burton under Jimmy are a good team. A good team. Take a draw out of that one, I think, and then move on. Cheltenham, is it again the next one?
Yeah. So for you, Mick McCarthy, if I said to you now, here's a point, you wouldn't got on that coach.
Well, I like a win, obviously.
Yeah.
We want to win every game, but these guys who just get gelling as a team, they're only just, it is what it is at the moment. I think we'll give it another 6 games and we'll see where we're at with it.
Absolutely, really, absolutely. Last few comments coming in on the screen. We've got Matt Phillips, Morecambe beat Blackburn tonight, Stockton again, and Neil Perk, centre back is the concern, more than enough going forward. I'm going to run an advert. Manscaped, please, Mr. Cruncher. There's a Manscaped one just there. We'll see you all Thursday, 8:30.
Support for Talking Town is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Hold up, fellas. I don't think we've quite understood what I'm talking about here. We've gone years in the UK without using the right tools for the job. Long gone are the days of a razor blade in the mirror. No more shall we look like Sideshow Bob down there. Manscaped have redesigned the electric trimmer. Their engineering team have perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and have just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 in the UK. Their third generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents because nobody wants a bloodbath in the bathroom. Did I tell you it's got waterproof technology so you can dim those lights, get yourself in the shower and groom to your heart's content? Whatever you do, however you do